Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. They said, say Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack or in my bag, yeah. Frozen, neck is frozen, catch me rolling, I'm the chosen.
All right, Nick, now that we are properly ready to enter the work zone, yes, everybody, this is our new segment. This is our Let's Get to Work segment, where we highlight players, teams, coaches, whoever it is, and talk about what we think they need to work on, how they need to get to work to really up their game. Nick, I will let you do the honors and start us off on our first Let's Get to Work segment.
Right on. Let's do it. So my guy who's got to get to work, it starts with Cam Newton. Look, he's back in Carolina. The honeymoon is over. He shows up first week. They beat Arizona. He's playing kind of just a red zone goal line guy. He scores 2 touchdowns. They get a big win. So he earns the starting job last week, goes up against the Washington team at home. Big chance for Carolina to make a big win. And Cam Newton cannot get the job done. They get outscored by Taylor Heineke in that Washington offense. And Cam Newton, with the ball in his hands at the end of the game, can't even cross midfield. Look, the Panthers, they're on the fringe of being a playoff team. They've won some games early. They've lost a few in a row when Darnold struggles. They got a few wins under the belt now, but they're right at 500 in a very uber competitive NFC. Cam Newton, look, you're back together with your ex. You know, things are going great for 5 minutes. Now you're in a rough patch. If you want to save this relationship, Cam, it's time for you to get to work. Let's go.
I absolutely agree. Cam, like you said, you got to go to start hitting some therapy. You guys got to get back into it. You realize we had that honeymoon game very quickly. We weaned back off to the point where we were again. And if we ever want to have a productive relationship, you got to work on it. So I completely agree with your get to work selection, Nick. My Let's Get to Work selection. New York Giants head coach Joe Judge. Joe, we got to get to work. There's no more excuses. Jason Garrett has been fired. The offense is getting stronger. Saquon's back. Sterling Shepard is back. You've got Kadarius Toney out there. There are literally no more excuses. You have the pieces you need. You have your guy, Daniel Jones, who I'm not saying is the guy, but he's your guy. It's time for you to get to work and show us if you're real or not. You need to pull out your best play calls, your best coaching, your best thing. You need to get some wins on the board, because what has been putting out on the field lately is downright pathetic. Daniel Jones has to clean up the play, and you got to help him get there. He's thrown way too many interceptions, way too many turnovers, but it's like you go into the game versus the Bucs last week, and you keep it pretty close up into halftime. I believe it was 10-10, and then you just fall apart. If you can keep it that close, you got to work on some things, and you got to clean it up. And then you can convert those into wins. Imagine how huge it would be if you beat Tom Brady and the Bucs. But from this point forward, if you don't want to be next, you've got to get to work, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we can see both guys, right? Kind of different paths, right? Joe Judge just ended his relationship with Jason Garrett. Hey, when you're single, you're back on the market. What's the first thing you got to do? You got to hit the gym. You know, you got to clean yourself up, buy new clothes. That's exactly what Joe Judge is doing with that offense. And it's time for him, like you said, to get to work. Just like Cam Newton's got to get to work, working with those receivers and those running backs, you know, and that offense that Matt Rule is running down in Charlotte. He's got to get to work too. So we got 2 guys, Joe Judge and Cam Newton. You know, one guy in a new relationship, one guy going back to an old one. Both these guys, same thing. They got to put on their hard hats. They got to put on their vests. They got to, you know, bring their lunch pails into the office, and it's time for them to get to work.
I agree, and I like the phrasing. Got to be first in, last out. Coach's son, hard worker, lunch pail kind of guy. Gym rat, scrappy, deceptively fast.
Nose in the playbook.
Things. Yeah. Oh yeah. All of those things. Really, that's what you need to do.